Welcome to Vegan Universe, loving animals and loving life. Have you ever gone vegan to get healthier? Maybe even to lose weight, and nothing happened? Worse still, maybe the scale crept up, and now you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Well, you're certainly not alone. And no, you're not lazy, and it's not your metabolism's fault. But there's something no one talks about when it comes to vegan weight loss. And it might be the one thing holding you back. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why going vegan doesn't always lead to automatic weight loss, and what to do instead. So if you're tired of trying, guessing, or just feeling stuck, stick around. Because if you click away now, you'll miss the 5 key changes that could finally get you on the right track. And honestly, if you miss them, then your struggle might go on for years longer than it needs to. Let's fix that now. Here's the part no one wants to say out loud. Going vegan doesn't guarantee weight loss. Yep. Even though you're eating plants, even though you're cutting out cheese, meat, and cream, it's still very easy to gain weight. Because here's the strange truth. Some of the most calorie-dense foods on the planet are vegan. Coconut oil, vegan. Cashew cheese, vegan. Those glorious oat milk lattes with the extra syrup? Yep, all vegan. It's easy to accidentally create a plant-based diet that's high in fat, low in fiber, and missing the one thing that actually keeps you full: protein. That's what happened to me. I was eating hummus, toast, peanut butter, oat milk, and I was always hungry again an hour or so later. I really tried to be strong, but I always gave up after a few days. My blood sugar was spiking, I was constantly snacking, and I couldn't understand why I was feeling sluggish and gaining weight. No wonder the anti-vegan brigade latched onto this. It wasn't until I started making a few simple shifts, tweaks that kept me full, energized, and satisfied, that the weight finally started to come off, slowly but consistently. I didn't feel hungry all the time, no willpower struggles, and interestingly, a lot more energy. We'll look into the scientific metabolic reasons for this in a later video. Actually, it's quite fascinating. But what is the biggest reason many people feel that they can't go vegan? Lack of taste. But we're going to fix that. So here we go with the simple tweaks I promised. And at the end of the video, I'll give you the best tweak to help you shed that stubborn weight. Tweak 1. I swapped healthy for actually tasty and satisfying. Vegan junk food is still junk food, just without the animal products. I used to reach for vegan pizza, cheese toasties, vegan sausages, oat bars, all technically plant-based, but all processed, calorie-packed, and low in fiber. Then I changed the script. I made my meals bigger, not smaller. I loaded them with lentils, roasted vegetables, brown rice, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, grains, seeds. Is there a downside? Well, if you are incredibly childish like me, then you'll love this next bit. For a few very short days, your bottom is quite likely to be, a touch musical. Don't worry, this will stop quite quickly and your gut biome will have adapted and be a lot more healthier. And guess what? The food was better. I started to really enjoy the taste. Maybe my palate was adapting, evolving. I felt full for hours, and the scale finally started moving in the right direction. Ditch the meat, get the smack-in-the-mouth flavor right here. It's almost magical. And maybe, just maybe, live a little longer while you're at it. Tweak 2. I prioritized protein without becoming obsessed. No, I didn't buy a food scale or track every single gram. But I did start being intentional. Every meal now includes a proper protein source, not just carbs and veg. That means lentils in soup, tofu in stir-fries, tempeh in wraps, chickpea flour pancakes, and yes, even the occasional plant-based protein shake. The result? I stayed fuller for longer, had loads more energy, and started building muscle, even without changing my workout routine. But why does protein keep you full? It reduces hunger hormones. Eating protein lowers levels of ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry. At the same time, it boosts peptide YY, which helps you feel satisfied. It takes longer to digest. Protein takes more time and energy to break down, which means your body stays fuller for longer between meals. It stabilizes blood sugar, especially on a vegan diet that includes whole grains. Adding protein to your meal helps slow the release of sugar into your bloodstream, which prevents crashes and cravings. It supports lean muscle. More lean muscle means slightly higher metabolism, which may reduce fat storage and help with long-term weight management. And no, you don't need meat to build muscle. You need protein. Tweak 3. I cut the guilt, not the carbs. Carbs aren't the enemy. The wrong carbs are. White bread, pastries, refined pasta. They spike your blood sugar and leave you empty 2 hours later. But whole grains, brown rice, oats, barley, quinoa, when paired with fiber and protein, they're brilliant. They give you stable energy, fuel your body properly, and don't lead to late-night cravings. So no, I didn't cut carbs. I just gave them better teammates. Tweak 4. I cooked big and ate as much as I felt like. I started batch cooking. Big stews, trays of roasted veg, jars of quinoa, chickpeas, marinated tofu, all ready to go. And when I got hungry, I didn't reach for crisps or toast. I made a proper bowl of the meals that I had prepped earlier. A mix of hot and cold, crunch and creaminess, all built around fiber and protein. Honestly, it made eating more joyful, less stressful, more effective. Think vegan is boring? That's so last year. And if you're watching this thinking, I don't have time for all that, neither did I. But I learned that prepping once or twice a week actually saved time and money, and my future self was always grateful. Tweak 5. I remembered why I started. Weight loss is great. Feeling good in your body is better. But for me, the real motivation went deeper. I didn't want to just look better. I wanted to eat in a way that felt aligned with my values, with my energy, with the kind of world I want to live in. And when I looked down at my plate and saw a colourful, vibrant, cruelty-free meal that was also helping me reach my health goals, that felt good. Really good. And if you're not vegan yet, but you're curious, this isn't about guilt. It's about realising that you can have flavour, satisfaction and results without harming animals or the planet. It's not about giving something up. It's about discovering what you gain. A realistic day of vegan weight loss meals. Here's a sample day that keeps things simple, satisfying and slimming, without counting a single calorie. Breakfast. Porridge made with oats, flax seeds, almond milk, topped with berries and a drizzle of maple syrup. Lunch. Quinoa salad with roasted sweet potato, chickpeas, spinach, red pepper and tahini dressing. Snack. A handful of edamame with lemon juice and sea salt. Dinner. Tofu stir-fry with broccoli, carrots, sesame oil, garlic, ginger and brown rice. You don't need 27 ingredients or a master's in nutrition. You just need real food, real fibre and a little consistency. Why this matters, and what you risk by ignoring it. Here's the scary part. If I hadn't made these changes, I would have kept gaining weight on a diet I thought was healthy. I'd probably be blaming myself, giving up, thinking vegan doesn't work, or that I must just have bad genes. And the sad thing is, a lot of people are doing exactly that. So if that's you, this video could be the turning point. Don't waste months or years stuck in the cycle I was in. Make the tweaks now. Start small and let it build. If you've ever thought, I'm doing everything right, why in the world isn't this working? You're not alone. And you're not stuck. Try just one of these tweaks this week. Start with the one that feels doable. Maybe it's prepping your meals. Maybe it's switching up your lunch. Maybe it's adding a protein source to every plate. So here's the big tweak that I promised you earlier, the one that made everything click. I stopped relying on willpower and started relying on structure. It sounds boring, but it changed everything. Because when you don't have a plan, you fall into those sneaky snack traps. You grab whatever's fast. You miss protein. You spike your blood sugar. And you end the day wondering what went wrong. Again. And feeling awful. But when your meals are prepped, when your fridge is ready, and when you've got delicious options that actually keep you full, you don't need willpower. You just need a fork and a big smile. And that's the big tweak. Structure over struggle. And once I committed to that consistently, the weight finally started to shift. So if you found this video helpful, I'd love you to give it a like. And if you want to see how this journey unfolds, hit the subscribe button. It tells me to keep going, helping more people and helping more lovely animals who desperately need our help. Because we're just getting started. Vegan weight loss can work. You just need to do it right. And with the Vegan Universe channel as your friend, you're not doing it alone. Don't miss the next video.